Alright, what is going on, guys? My name is Leon Mash, and welcome back to another Overwatch League news video. And today, guys, we may have our potential first leak of the Overwatch League for this season, and it's coming from someone we've actually never heard from before, but he actually owns a Chinese contender team called Like This Player. And there's a lot of leaks on here that somewhat makes sense, but one definitely is confusing with what we've had with a lot of information so far. But like I said, always with leaks that we've never heard from before, take them with a grain of salt. If it doesn't come from like Halo of Thoughts or Slasher or something, don't believe it. We've never heard of this guy before, saying leaks before, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. A lot of juicy stuff, but here are the leaks on your screen right now. Translated on the right: Dallas go full Korean, take former Element Mystic players and coaches. 2, as you can tell, I have it highlighted in red because I'm really confused at this one. London go full Korean again and build up with the Korean contenders players. I think that's what it means. Paris and Toronto will go full Western player and coaches and don't want Korean players. KDG will be the head coach of NYXL. Why not join NYXL as coach? IMT might leave. Let's go ahead and talk about the first thing. Dallas Field go full Korean, take former Element Mystic players and coaches. We already knew about this one. Even Dogman talked about it on a stream, the day I'm making this video. He talked about how Paris are actually looking to sell their players this year. Surprisingly, even players that we wouldn't expect that are good. And that could mean, Hanbin, Sparkle, and XE, which makes sense for Dallas Field to go full Korean, and maybe even Rush. And so some of this stuff kind of makes sense with Dallas going full Korean. We already knew full Korean was going to happen in general. Dogman even said that himself. In case you don't want to believe me, you can believe Overwatch League player who full on said leaks in general that stream. We knew about this already. Element Mystic players I'm still kind of shocked on. I would love to see Rush obviously come on the Dallas field, and also some players, but this also means who's going to be the other players. We can obviously go all the way back and like maybe say Pakbo, maybe Repel and Jexay possibly. I can definitely see Jexay possibly being signed, but who knows? Maybe they'll go with most recent Element Mystic players, like Unique still out there. They could definitely sign some more, maybe even MCD. Who knows who they could sign? But we're definitely looking at Element Mystic players that are currently in the Overwatch League. Most likely Hanbin, most likely Sparkle and XE, building those Element Mystic synergies back up from contenders when they did play before Season 3 started. So this one's interesting. Now let's talk about number 2 on this list. London Spitfire will go full Korean again and build up with Korean contenders players. This one's interesting because London Spitfire just recently signed Nuki as the GM, and she kind of messed with everything British Hurricane and built her way up to London Spitfire, and we've kind of got some announcements that's going to be British Hurricane, and we've already had a lot of other leaks that's going to be British Hurricane, and Dogman's kind of hinted towards it's going to be British Hurricane, but obviously they've kept Bernard and Sanguinar and Glister still in the London Spitfire roster. Who knows? This one's really confusing. The contracts still say some of those players are staying. We've seen from other leaks that they're going to promote British Hurricane. What's going to happen? At this point, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I'm still kind of confident that it's going to be British Hurricane, which if this is wrong, it's going to ruin a lot about these leaks in quotation marks. That's why I'm saying this is not fully 100% sure yet. Absolutely, we've never seen this guy leak stuff before, but obviously he does own a contenders team, which kind of makes this guy seem somewhat reliable, but not a lot in general, probably like 1 or 2%. With a grain of salt, please keep in mind, grain of salt with these leaks. Number 3, Paris and Toronto will go full Western player and coaches and don't want Korean players. I don't have much thoughts to say about this one. Really surprised to see Paris already do another turn. Obviously, they've kept FD Guide. They'll may keep Soon and Nico. They have not really kept them just yet off of the contract status stuff we've got off on the website. Maybe that'll change. They still have 2021 option exercise though of XE, Sparkle, and Hanbin. Some of the stuff does not really line up just yet, but some kind of does after what I just saw with the Dogman stream. But coaches as well. I really hope they change coaches in Toronto in general. They have not done anything just yet. They still have Logics on the Toronto Defiant. I think he will get traded though. We'll see who they can pick up. I don't really have any guesses, but hey, Moth and Super are still out there as free agents actually. So there's a lot of options they could potentially choose from. Then we have number 4, KDG will be the head coach of New York Excelsior. Why not joins the NYXL as coach? IMT might leave. KDG to NYXL, I think this one is potentially going to happen. I think KDG could easily go to NYXL or the Dallas Fuel, teams that really need coaches right now, but I can definitely see that in NYXL. Obviously, NYXL doesn't have that great of a season, so they probably want him out quick. Why not comes in as well as the coach, and IMT leaving potentially as well. He said might leave as well. I think that's supposed to be a big word, might. So NYXL making a lot of coaching changes. I think that's smart because they did not have a good season this year. I can see this one actually happening really 100%, but it depends on like I said, what happens with the more leaks. These are interesting leaks. I do gotta say, I don't know if I fully believe these just yet. At least it starts the conversation. Dallas Fuel potentially getting Element Mystic players. This could mean majority of things, a lot of things. They could sign Repel, maybe. I hope not. Hopefully they get MCD instead. You get Jexay or Unique. I think they'll probably most likely go with the most recent Elements roster that won. Contenders with Doha and all of them. So they'll have like maybe Alpha maybe come in, maybe Pakbo with Hanbin. Then you you have MCD with Unique and Doha and XZ, Doha, and Sparkle, depending on metas. This one's interesting is they also get Rush with Young. I think they'll basically be 100% Elementistic just coming in the Dallas Fuel. They said they want to be a contender this year, so I can see this happening. But then again, I can see him, getting a core of Element Mystic, but signing other players like Violet is still out there. Violet's a free agent. I could see Dallas throwing a huge money bag for Violet, how good he's been for the San Francisco Shock, bringing to the Dallas Fuel with players with Doha and Hanbin potentially. This is all, speculation. We don't know if this is 100% true yet of leaks. I would love to see this happen, but in general, we'll see where it goes. With the London Spitfire, still very confused on this. What are your guys' thoughts on this one in the comments below? Do you think they're going to go British Hurricane, or do you think they're going to go full Korean? I feel like at this point, they're still going to go British Hurricane. I think this one's completely false. Maybe he has some misinformation, but I could see why he said it potentially if he does have no leaks and he just kind of went off of the contract status of Bernard and everyone that was there. But I do think Bernard in general, and like everyone else, Bernard, Singlenar, Glister, everyone's currently on the Spitfire roster will be traded to a different team just for money, so they can buy more players throughout the season for the British Hurricane. Maybe get players like Shockwave, maybe Logix, right? And they'll probably trade for money. I think London Spitfire definitely has a plan right now. I don't know what that plan is. We know it's either British Hurricane or off of this guy, full Korean once again. It's going to be confusing. Paris and Toronto, who knows what Paris is actually going to do? Just I don't know if Paris is going to go maybe mix once again with maybe some EU players or just full Western in general. There's a lot of talent and contenders they can get. Toronto, same thing goes as well. I hope Toronto does not mess up once again this year. This year was actually supposed to be pretty hype for them, but that fell down pretty quick. Also, the coaching staff they had, I think they could actually have a pretty good team if they have the roster they had before everyone was released and they actually had a good coaching staff. I hope Toronto gets new coaches fast, but who knows what that'll be. NYXL, the coaching changes are there. I've already said my thoughts on it. These are really good, valid coaching changes. I think that will actually change the NYXL to a really good future if that actually does happen. But when it comes to this guy, like I've said already, don't fully believe this guy just yet. Take it as, speculation right now, with a grain of salt of leaks. I do think number 1 and number 3 is going to be true off of what Dogman has said on his stream, that Paris is going to sell players, maybe going a route no one expected. Dallas Fuel is going to have a really good year this year is what Dogman kind of hinted at a lot, and maybe they'll get top tier coaches and players. I don't think they'll get a lot of Element Mystic players, like I said already. I think they'll probably try and get Rush. They'll get Sparkle, Hanbin. Anyways, guys, it's going to be for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to stay more in tune with Overwatch League news and leaks, like I've said already, don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay more in tune with that, and don't forget to join my Discord down below, and don't forget to follow my Twitter and my Twitch, and don't forget to hit that bell, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.